You're listening to the Extraordinary Everyday Podcast with Wendy Johnson, episode number 14.
Welcome to the Extraordinary Everyday Podcast, where women come to be inspired and motivated to become the best version of themselves and elevate the quality of their everyday. Now, here's your host, certified life coach, Wendy Johnson.
Hello, beautiful friends. How is your day going? I hope you're having a great one. I sure am. And I'm thrilled to be here to talk to you about 7 habits to be more organized and productive. I find that when I'm coaching clients that many times they tell me what they're working on and how long they've been working on it, but they've never produced a result. So they're letting me know how long it's been and how busy they are and how hard they've worked and how stressed they've been. And it's not telling me that they're being productive or organized. And productivity is what you produce. And it's a result. It's an end result. So I want to talk to you about time-saving, energy-producing, and life-enhancing habits that will give you more freedom and the feeling of peace and having more balance in your life. And you'll be able to be more productive and get more done in less time without all the overwhelm and believing that productivity is doing more and being busier, or giving yourself all the time you need to produce that end result without having a deadline. You have other things in your life that are so important that you want to do, but it's procrastinating and putting off and letting yourself get trapped in time-wasting activities and living in confusion or indecision and having that lack of clarity and focus. That's what I'm trying to help you avoid, because there's this huge mental shift that happens when you stop thinking about things in terms of your effort and the amount of stress and the amount of time you put into something. You want to go in with these feelings of focus and clarity and calm, and you want to be highly productive and you want to be highly organized. That's when you're going to produce the results in your life that give you energy and motivation and perpetuate more momentum. So I'm here to share the 7 habits to be more organized and productive. And these are time-saving, energy-producing, and life-enhancing habits. And the first habit is to give yourself space to get organized. Often people are so busy doing and they're overscheduled and they're overwhelmed and they're not giving themselves space to be organized and to get organized. And this is something that you would need to create in your calendar, a time block, and to do it weekly or daily and monthly. And what you're doing is you're making schedules and deadlines, and that is to protect your time fiercely so that you can do all the fun things that you want to do, and you're not always working. So you're calendaring your time to produce something, you're producing a result, and you're giving yourself a time frame and you're sticking to it. And it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's writing a book, writing a paper for a class, educating yourself, getting a certificate or a degree. It's giving yourself that block of time to plan, and to know when you're going to do this task to get this end result. And the second habit is to keep a balance of yin and yang. And I put this habit in because I think it's important for our energy levels to balance your habits with calm, relaxing, renewing, revitalizing, restorative activities, and taking breaks such as walks or stretching or meditating, giving yourself a few minutes of quiet time so that you're not always in overdrive and in the high energy state of intense and difficult and fast-paced activities. You're allowing yourself to decompress and to slow down, and you're building that into your day throughout the day. And the best way I have found to do that is to use the Pomodoro timer and to time how long you're going to do the activity, and then to give yourself that 5-minute break to drink water or have a snack or to go outside, to breathe, to do anything that is going to revive you. And this isn't just hopping on your phone and checking your social media or switching over to your email during that 5-minute break. That is not a break. That is a time waster, or it's getting you out of that focus and clarity that you have. And it's keeping you balanced. And I find most people don't have that balance. And the third habit is to keep things out of your head. If you have so many thoughts swimming in your head, you're going to feel confusion and you're not going to know what to do, where to start, where to go. So you want to do brain dumps of all your thoughts, write everything out so you don't have to worry about remembering or forgetting. And we always receive those intuitive nudges, and it's listening to those and writing them down, having a notebook with you or your phone. There's a notes app in your phone. If something pops into your head, you want to make a note, a written note, not just a mental note, thinking that you're going to remember, because most likely you're going to forget it. It doesn't matter what it is, whatever thoughts you're thinking, get those out on paper. And the fourth habit is to build a system that you trust. Have a place for everything and put it there. And this isn't something you're going to do overnight. You are going to create spaces slowly in your home where you know where everything is, and you have a system to organize it. And it doesn't matter if you're using a paper system or a digital system, you're organizing your workflow. And this allows you to be more efficient, effective, and fine-tuned. And you're saving yourself time when you know where something is and it's not lost. And there's so many great apps and systems out there. What I use is Google Calendar. There's iCal. There you could use a paper daily planner, whatever works for you. But you want to have that system on your computer, on your phone, or you want to have your planner with you at all times. And then you want to use a notebook, a small notebook, if you're carrying it in a purse or a binder or a journal notebook that you keep on your desk, whatever it is, you want to be able to take down notes. And the fifth habit to be more productive and organized is to batch all your similar tasks and avoid switching from one task to another. This is so ineffective and inefficient, and it causes scattered energy, and you're not going to feel very good when you're going from one thing to another without completing and time blocking what you've set out to do. you want to have flow and stay in flow. So you want to be able to block checking your emails together and treat your emails like an appointment. And you want to block running your errands together and treat your errands like an appointment. And you want to plan, do all your planning, making all your calls, having meetings, all in a batch. And then you can batch really short micro tasks together that only take 1 to 2 minutes, and do those quickly. You want to regularly go through inboxes, whether it's your emails, your physical mail, your bills, your receipts. You want to have a process where you're going through it quickly and you're completing it. And if it's not something you can do quickly, then you're archiving it for later, and then you're scheduling that, and you're archiving important tasks that are going to take more time than 1 to 2 minutes. And the sixth habit is to do the most important task first. And this is that high value activity, that end result that you are desiring. It's your extraordinary goal. It's your big goal that you're working on. And it doesn't matter whether it's personal, whether it's work related, financial related, a creativity project, schoolwork. It doesn't matter. What you're doing is you're prioritizing, and you're doing that activity first when you're fresh. Hopefully it would be in the morning, but it's when you have that high energy. So you want to ask yourself, what task is the most important and impactful against what is comfortable and easy? Because every day your brain is going to gravitate towards what is comfortable and easy. And you are going to have to be prepared for that, and to know that your brain is going to try to get you off track and have you do other things, whether it's hop on the TV, check your Facebook, check your emails, call a friend, whatever it is that you find fun, comfortable, and easy. That is going to want to creep in before this high value activity. So I recommend doing those hardest tasks first, the ones that you want to put off, that are hard and that are going to make an impact and give value to yourself and to others. And the seventh habit is to use the Eisenhower matrix. And this is where you have everything categorized into 4 quadrants. And the first quadrant is urgent, important. The second quadrant is non-urgent, important. The third quadrant is urgent, non-important. And the fourth quadrant is non-urgent, non-important. So you want to do the urgent, important, and that's the first quadrant. And maybe that would be a crisis. That would be the deadline that you have on the result that you're creating, the project, the meeting, any pressing problems. Those are urgent and important, and you do those first. And then the second, non-urgent but important, and that's where you're planning and you're deciding and you're preparing and scheduling those in your calendar. And the third quadrant is the urgent, non-important. And those are the ones that you want to delegate and automate. And those would be items like phone calls, emails, people interrupting you, meetings. Those are items that you want to delegate or automate. And the fourth quadrant is non-urgent, non-important. And those are the ones you don't want to do first. And you want to try to eliminate those during that time period that you're working on your high value result. And that's just the trivial work, the phone calls, the escape activities, the TV, endless social media scrolling, or perfectionism where you're waiting until you're ready, or you're trying to do it perfectly and you're over analyzing and then you're never finishing. So you can look that up. It's called the Eisenhower Matrix. Let me go through those 7 habits to be more organized and productive. And the first one is to give yourself space to get organized. So to get out of the busyness and the doing all the time, but scheduling time to plan and calendar. And the second one is to give yourself balance, a yin and yang balance, offsetting, revitalizing activities for highly active activities. And the third habit is to keep things out of your head and brain dump everything onto paper. And the fourth one is to build a system you trust. And the fifth one is to batch all your similar tasks. The sixth one is to do the most important task first. And the seventh one is to use the Eisenhower Matrix. So I hope that these will help you to evaluate how you use your time and be able to start each day feeling calm and in control and not be in that busyness state, and to just have a clear overview and a plan so you're never losing track of what your goal is and what your end result is. And you're focusing your energy on the right things and not the easy, comfortable things. And you're simplifying your workflow and allowing yourself to do more in less time. And these small steps that you do over time will add up, and they will create more organization and productivity than you would imagine. And I hope you found this helpful, and please comment. I would love to hear from you over on Apple and let me know what you're doing to be more productive and organized. And I am looking forward to being here with you next week. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Hey, if you enjoy listening to this podcast, you have to come check out More You, my community of like-minded women. We show up to create the highest version of ourselves and elevate the quality of our everyday along the way. Head over to ontracklifecoaching.com/join. That's ontraclifecoaching.com/join. I'd love to see you in there. And if you haven't grabbed your copy of the Mindset Makeover, head over to ontracklifecoaching.com/makeover and get a copy that teaches and inspires you to show up as your most extraordinary self.